Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing something a little different. I wish I could say I will be giving you all the secrets to great compositions, but I only know how to improve my own compositions by shooting and failing and shooting. So practice, practice, practice. I feel anyone who's telling you that they can shoot by these rules and get great pictures is fooling you. The truth is, many bad photos have been taken following the rules of composition, and many great photos have been taken breaking all those rules. No, you need to learn your style and composition by shooting it a lot. For my first time out, I'm heading to a street I picked that hopefully has some interesting buildings, lights, and signage, but all I can do is drive it and find out. And over the next coming weeks, I'll be practicing this new style to see if I can produce some images that I will be happy with for a project that I'm interested in. I don't know if I'll actually do the project or not. It's taking Route 1 from its southernmost part all the way north. It's a 650 to 750 mile road from Southern California to Northern California, and goes through little towns and big towns and lots of countryside. The new style I'm trying to learn is to shoot images that build on one another, perhaps 4 or 5 photographs that give you the atmosphere of a location. I'm pretty happy with this photo as a starting point. At this early stage of learning, I'm just honestly glad to get one photo I'm happy with. I saw these signs that I never noticed during the day. I'm hoping it might be something interesting. Same here. I'm happy with the one photo. It doesn't show the building, but it does show the street, and I could put other images around this to build an atmospheric montage. And just because I didn't see other photos doesn't mean they're not there. I just don't see the world that way right now. And that's what I'm trying to learn. I know it may sound weird that I think of these photos as successes for me. Not because they're great photos, but because they're very different compositionally from what I do right now. And I can see how these will work with other photos. And this was a total fail if I'm looking to be learning how to shoot in the new style. It's a typical wide shot for me, but this is what happens at first, and nothing wrong with that. A couple of more failures here. This is another one. I took one wide shot and only the one picture. This should have been broken down into 4 or 5 pictures, maybe showing a little bit of the brickwork and a couple of the flags and maybe the gate and all that kind of stuff. Instead, I did one wide shot and walked away because that's the way I'm currently shooting. This next section of the street is what made me actually pick this road to test on. There are 3 motels that have old signs, probably from the 60s and 70s. I've only seen these signs during the day, so this will be a surprise. Well, I'm not sure I got anything out of this. It's okay. I kind of thought the Robin Hood part might be a little more illuminated, but I think they need a larger bulb or something. Well, the second place, I hadn't anticipated all these bulbs to be burnt out. But what's interesting is, it looks like what's burnt out on one side is illuminated on the other. I do like the cars behind this sign, and I'm pretty happy with this composition overall. Yeah, this is alright. I could work with this. Our next stop is an old Arby's restaurant. It was built in 1969, and supposedly it's one of the last ones with the wagon-style restaurant and this 10-gallon hat sign. Apparently most of those have been torn down, but what I was really looking for is, can I shoot across 6 lanes of traffic and get something? Or is that just too much traffic? And actually it worked out okay, and I'm pretty happy with this shot. I could have walked over and got some close-ups or some more details, I think, but instead I headed towards home. One more stop to pick up my pizza, and take a picture of the exterior. Shooting in this new style was pretty much a hit and miss. Some worked, most didn't, but there's always tomorrow. I am going to try shooting a block or maybe 2 blocks in the style that I'm thinking of. We'll see how this goes. I've shot a lot of individual pieces, and this time we're going to try to put a story together in pictures. We are on the corner of Noble and Ventura Boulevard, and where I want to shoot is actually the next block or 2 down Ventura. I think the thing that's interesting, or most interesting, is that no matter where you turn your lens, you have a story. It's more about editing. What are you going to cut out? What are you going to keep in? And it gets to be almost overwhelming trying to figure out what parts are important to you for the story you want to tell, and what should the crop be. I mean, I just kept, for just no reason, I don't know why, I wanted to make sure that the stoplight was right next to the restaurant sign. And so you see, like, you're basically sitting on the street eating, and I wanted that. And I suppose if I would have not put that in, it would have read a little differently. So yeah, this is kind of interesting, and I can see it's going to take a little bit of work to figure out what I want to do. Here's the type of editing I'm thinking about. There's this car dealership that doesn't really fit in with the restaurants and other items I've shot, so I'm just not going to shoot it. The other part that's so interesting about this is just crossing the street gives you a whole different point of view, obviously, but it really makes everything feel and look different than when you were over there. And how many wide shots do I want to include? What am I all trying to say? And I guess you got to almost, for me, I have to put the story together in my head when I first get here. What is it that I want to say about this location? A lot of times I shoot and then edit later because most of my shots really they're not cohesive. They don't build on each other. Here I'm really trying to get shots that build on each other. And so yeah, it's going to be interesting. All right, time for me to call it a day. Not so much that I couldn't have taken more pictures, just I want to take a look at what I have, kind of put some thoughts into it, and see where we go from here. Well, now it's been a few days that I've been shooting in this style, and I'm off to give it a quick try in the rain. I picked this small strip mall to shoot, and here's what I came up with. I'm kind of stuck on medium shots right now. I need to incorporate a few more wide shots and close-ups and maybe even some abstractions. So what's the takeaway? My feeling has always been I can't learn a new style or fix my composition from looking at a book. I need to get out and shoot, and fail, and shoot some more until I understand what I like and what I'm trying to accomplish. Obviously, I've got more weeks in front of me that I'll just be practicing. Hopefully, I can get to the point where I can shoot that project and be comfortable with what I'm getting. Well, thanks for watching, and please like, subscribe, and comment.